Right, so we're going to work on this mathematics paper on June 2024. This is the one from the Northwest. Right, so let's see what we have on question one. This is what we see on question one. And I need someone to tell me what is the difference between 1.1.1 and 1.1.2. What is the difference, guys? Because we can see that both of these questions, we have the common factor. What do you guys think? What is the difference? Anyone? Come on, guys. Please don't raise your hand because I can't see you guys on the other side. Just unmute yourself and tell me what is the difference. Yuhen, what do you think is the difference between these two questions?
1.1 this is solved for x only, and 1.2 this is solved for x and y simultaneously.
No, all 1.1.1 and 1.1.2, guys. What is the difference?
I think 1.1.1, it's already factorized. So what you have to do is to solve for x. As you can see, the marks are 2 marks. And then 1.1.2, it's a quadratic equation. So basically, when it says correct to 2 decimal places, you know that you are going to have to, what do you call this, multiply the coefficient, which is x, and then with the inside number, and then get a quadratic equation. And then from there, you're going to use a quadratic, quadratic equation, and then you solve for x, you get your x values. I think so.
Okay, thank you very much. I can't see your names, guys, because I'm on the screen sharing side. What's your name?
Oh, Mpo.
Mpo. Thank you very much. You mentioned something very important. The first one you said it's equated to 0 and it's already factorized. And you mentioned something very, very important, the mark allocation. So the mark allocation tells you that for the first question, this is just straightforward. It's equated to 0 and already it is factorized. So if you want to answer 1.1.1, you just have to take the first term of the bracket, which is 2x, equate that to 0 and solve for x. So you just have to divide both sides by 2. This will give us x to be 0. Right. Then or we can take whatever that we have inside the bracket, which is the 4 minus x. We can equate that to 0. Then solve for x. The x will come this side to be positive. Therefore, x is just 4. Then you're going to get 1 mark for x is equals to 0. 1 mark for x is equal to 4. That's it. So now the second one, the difference between this one, we cannot use the zero product factor. We cannot use the method that we used on 1.1 because this one is equated to 4, not 0. We can only use the zero product property if your factors are equated to 0. Even the mark allocation shows that there should be something very easy. Are you all with me on that?
Yes, sir.
So now to solve the second question, guys, I need you to give me a second. Let me open the other board so that we can work on 1.1.2. I'm just going to look at what I'm given here. I'm given 1.1.2 x into 3x minus 7. Let's go and work on that problem. So this is what we have, 1.1.2. We have x into 3x minus 7. This is equated to 4. And they say correct to 2 decimal place. So Mpo said that if you see the statement correct to 2 decimal place, the statement basically is telling you that you need to use the quadratic equation. You see this statement, correct to 2 decimal place. They want you to use x, it's equal to minus b plus or minus the root of b² minus 4ac, and you divide everything by 2a. So that is what we're going to use. Let's first arrange this equation, because I'll be very happy if we can put this equation in the correct form. First thing first, I'm just going to multiply out the bracket. This is 3x squared, then minus 7x. Then we bring the 4 this side to be negative, equate everything to 0. So if you use the quadratic formula, this is minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac, and everything is divided by 2a. So now we're just going to do the substitution. Remember, this equation, if you look at the equation, it is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Therefore, the value of a is 3, and the value of b, that's minus 7, and the value of c, that's minus 4. The reason I need you to write all these values down is that there is a mark for the substitution. In most cases, they'll give you a mark for the correct substitution. So x will be minus into b, which is minus 7, plus or minus the root of b. What is b? So b is minus 7. This is squared. And then we minus 4 into the value of a times the value of c. This is where you come with your calculator. Make sure that you punch everything correctly on your calculator, and we need to find the value of x. So this is 7 plus or minus. What do you get inside that square root? And we're going to divide this by 8. What do you guys get inside the square root?
97.
97. Okay, so this tells us that x is equal to 7 plus the root of 97 over 8, or x it's equals to 7 minus the root of 97 over 8. I'm listening.
Isn't 2 times 3 6?
Yes, 2 times 3 is 6. Thank you very much, Nat.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So 2 times 3 is 6. You see, this is 6, this is 6, this is 6. Thank you very much. Therefore, when you punch that, what do you get as a decimal form?
2,81 for the positive square root, and for the negative square root, you get negative 0,47.
Negative
0,47.
0,47. Thank you very much. Can we now move to the next question? Okay, so when you look on 1.1.3, 1.1.3, this has to do with sets. Okay, so this has to do with sets, and what should we do from this one? Can someone please tell me what is the first thing that you do? Anyone?
We transpose x to the other side.
We transpose x to the other side.
Yes.
Okay, so when you transpose x to the other side, what happens to the sign of that x?
It changes and becomes negative.
Exactly, the sign changes to negative. Let's go and work on that. So we have this as x plus root x minus 3. So this will be 1.1.3 x plus the root of x minus 3, it's equals to 15. So this is what is given, and we need to work on that first. So this will be, we're just gonna isolate the square root and write this as the root of x minus 3 is equals to 15 minus x. So square both sides. Therefore, the square root will cancel. This side I'm left with x minus 3. I'm going to equate this to 15 minus x into 15 minus x. Now I need to use the FOIL method to multiply that guy. Né? So when I use the FOIL method, I need to take the 15 minus x, multiply that by 15 minus x. So this will be 15 times 15. What is 15 times 15 when you punch that on the calculator?
225.
So this will be 225. Then I'm going to say it's 15 times 15, then 15 times minus x. We multiply everything inside the second bracket by 15. This will give us minus 15x. Now we do the same with minus x. This will be also be minus 15x plus x squared. So when you add the like terms, this is just 225 minus 30x plus x squared. So when we do the FOIL method, this leaves us with something like 225 minus 30x plus x squared, and this is x minus 3. So I need to arrange the equation, and let's put everything on one side. I have x squared, I have minus 30x, I bring the x this side to be minus x, okay? Then I still have positive 225. I bring that minus 3 this side to be plus 3, and then we equate this to 0. So the only thing that you need to do is to add the like terms. So this will be x squared minus 31x when you add the like terms. So this is x squared minus 31x, and then 225 plus 3, that's 28. So this will be 228. Equate this to 0. So now I'm going to teach you guys how to factorize this. I know that this is a very big number. Right, so since this is a very big number, I need you, whatever that I'm going to show you now on the board, please don't include that on your answer sheet. You're going to first write 2 brackets, right? And then x on both sides. So to know what are the factors of 228 that will give you 31 when you add or subtract them. You see, I'm going to use this step for rate. And do not write this on your paper. I'll explain why. X is equals to minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac, everything divided by 2a. And then let's do the substitution, okay? So x is equals to minus, where there's b, I'm going to put minus 31 because that's the value of b, plus or minus the root of, where there's b, I'm going to put minus 31 squared minus 4 into a, which is 1, c, 228. Right, and then let's divide everything by that 2 into a, which is 1. So now I need someone to help us with the calculator. What is x if it's positive, and what is x if it's negative?
X when it's positive, it's 19.
It's
And
19.
then, yes. And then
Okay.
when x is, yes. And then when x is negative, it's 12.
It's 12. Ladies and gents, don't write this on the paper. Then when you are done, you're going to take this 19. Since 19 is positive, to get positive, we need to subtract 19. So since it's positive 12, to get positive 12, we need to subtract positive 12. That's how you factorize. Because now, when this is equal to 0, we use the 0 product property, say x minus 12, it's equal to 0, or the x minus 19, that's equal to 0. Then transpose x to the other side. This is x is equal to 12, which is what you got on your quadratic equation. X is equal to 19, which is what you got on your quadratic equation. Guys, the reason I'm saying that don't show this on your calculator is because in most cases, there's a mark for these factors. So do not show the quadratic formula, but use that quadratic formula to find your factors. There's a mark for factorizing this problem, okay? So you don't have to waste time looking for the factors of 2 to 8 that when you add or subtract them, they give you the middle term of 31. No need for you to stress about that. Just follow these steps. I think you guys are happy now. But now, since this is a SAT, we need to do what we call check. Because when you check, there's a mark for the rejection. So we need to check if x is 12. We need to check if x is 19. So what you're going to do, where there's x on the original equation, you need to substitute 12. Okay, to check, remember we have x plus the root of x minus 3, it's equals to 15. Where there's x, we substitute 19, and where there's x, we put 12. So we need to check if the left-hand side is equals to the right-hand side. Guys, I need you to be my calculator on your side. Né? So to check this, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say if x is equals to 19, this will be 19 plus the root of 19 minus 3, it's equals to 15. Then 19 plus this will be the root of 15. Remember when I already, you know what is this thing? Because you have the calculator with you now. So this will be 19 plus root 15. Guys, what is the root 15? Is root 15 an perfect square? Can someone please assist?
It's not a perfect square.
Yeah. So what is 19 plus root 15? What do you get?
23.
You get 23.
Yes.
Okay, so this tells us that when you add the 2, you get 23, it's equal to 15. Look at this. Is left-hand side equal to right-hand side? They are not equal. Therefore, left-hand side is not equal to right-hand side. This tells us that x must not be equal to 19. There's a mark for that rejection. Then you can also check for if x is equals to 12. So where there's x, you need to substitute 12 and see what you get. So this will be 12 minus 3. And then let's equate this to 15. This is 12 plus the root. We know that 12 minus 3, that's 9. It's equal to 15. So this will be 12 plus the root 9 is 3, which is 15. Therefore, 15 is equals to 15. Therefore, left-hand side and right-hand side are equal. So x must be equal to 12. So for rejection, there's a 1 mark. So if you don't say x must not be equal to 19, you'll definitely lose that mark, okay? Do you guys have any questions on this one? Just say yes or no, please. Don't react.
No,
I need
sir.
to hear your voices, guys.
No, sir, we are fine.
Hmm?
Saying we are fine, sir.
Since most learners did not join the lesson, this gives you like the chance, guys, to participate in the lesson. Eh? So the next one on 1.1.4, it has to do with inequalities. So this one, they say x squared plus x minus 12 is greater than 0. Let's go and work on that. Guys, please only unmute yourself if you want to say something. Né? Because I can hear some noise at the back. Who's this? Okay, so now on this one, 1.1.2, this is 1.1.4. They said that we need to have x squared plus x minus 12. And they say this is greater than 0. So I'm not going to waste time on this question. First thing first, I'll just open my brackets. and this is greater than 0, I need to say this is x on both sides. The factors of 12 that when I add or subtract them, they give me the middle term of 1 is 3 and 4, because 3 times 4 is 12. So you take the sign of the middle number, you give it the bigger number, then this will be negative, because minus 12 is negative. This tells you that one bracket should be positive, the other bracket should be negative. Therefore, when you do this, in most cases, I know that they like to treat this thing as an inequality. I mean, as an equation. So I'm going to advise you to just do not treat it like this. Now, don't say x minus 3 is equal to 0 or x plus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to 3 or x is equal to minus 4. Then you see, when you put it like this gives the marker that idea that this learner is not sure which one is the correct answer. This learner is just trying, like your luck or something. Don't include this. Now, instead, what you can do, you can take the x is equal to 3 and the x is equal to minus 4. Write them like this and say, these are my critical values. Then you're going to write them inside the bracket with the small one first and then the 3. Then you're going to draw your number line there. Write the small one first and the 3. They need to see this graph. So since A is positive, your graph will be concave up. Right. This is your graph. Then you're going to take any number between minus 4 and 3. Any number. So if it's a negative and a positive, always take 0. On the original equation, where there's x, you substitute that 0, tell us what is the answer you get. So this will be 0 squared plus 0 minus 12. So when you put any number between those numbers, we get minus 12. How is the sign of that? Negative. This tells you that the solution between is negative, which makes the other side to be positive. Even if you use 1, you'll still get a negative answer. Even if you use 2, even if you use minus 3, as long as the number is between those 2 points. Then now, the question is asking, where is the solution greater than 0? Where is the solution greater than 0? It means, where is the solution positive? It's positive from this point going in that direction. So I'm going to write this like this. I'm going to say x, that arrow, it says greater than that number. Then it's also positive from this point going in that direction. It means that x, that arrow, you write it down there and that number. Simple. Then you are done. Give them x is that or x is that. Then you are done. You'll definitely collect all the numbers, all the marks. So now this is how they're going to mark you. You'll definitely get 1 mark for the vectors, and they'll give you 1 mark for finding the critical values, and then 2 marks for the final answer. 1 mark for that, 1 mark for that, and that's 4 marks in total. So please don't write this on your question paper. Do not write it as an equation. Don't treat this as an equation. Let's scratch that. You can just go straight and say critical values. So the most important thing is for you to understand where is the 3 and the minus 4 are coming from. I hope you guys are happy with that. Ne? Guys, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do.
Sir, could you just
Question 1. Let's keep moving next. So I'm back, and now look at this. 1.2, simultaneous equation. So when you work with simultaneous equation, you see now this is something you've been doing from grade 10, and now you are in grade 12. How do you get this 6 marks wrong? I'm going to explain how you miss the 6 marks, how you donate the 6 marks. Let's try to work on those common mistakes that I'll be explaining when I solve this. Now, first thing, you're going to have equation 1 and you're going to have equation 2. So when you have this equation, you're going to take them, rewrite those equations the way they are on the answer sheet. Right. So I'm saying that take the equation that it was given. So this is 1.2. You're going to take that 3x minus y equals to 1. Say this is my equation 1. Then you take your equation 2, which is x squared plus 2xy. It's equals to 3y squared. We minus 7. We call this equation 2. So when it's like this, now you need to choose between these two equations. You need to choose the equation that is more simple or the equation that is linear, which is equation 1. From that equation 1, you from equation 3. So from this equation, I can bring the y this side so that it can be positive. Why am I choosing the y? Because it has the coefficient 1. Now, if I choose to make x the subject of the formula, I'm forced to divide everything by 3 so that x can be the subject of the formula. I don't want to work with fractions. I don't like working with fractions. So now I'm choosing to say this will be y is equal to the 3x. The 1 comes this side to be negative. The 1 will come this side to be negative. So this will be 3x minus 1. And then this will be my equation 3. So now that you know what is your y, on equation 2, you're going to sub in equation 3 into equation 2. So on this equation, where there's y, you need to put 3x minus 1. Let's quickly work on that. Then we'll definitely talk about those common mistakes. So x squared plus 2x. Inside the bracket where there's y, I'm going to put the 3x. What is this? 3x minus 1. And then this is equal to 3 where there's y. 3x minus 1 squared minus 7. So the first common mistake that you guys make is that when you do the substitution, you forget the y squared, that the y is squared. You just write this bracket without including the squared on top. Then now you start losing marks. Everything that you are doing now is wrong. That's the first common mistake that you guys make. And then now, the other common mistake that you guys make when you have this product like this, let me show you what you guys do. In most cases, it will be like this, 2yx. So when it's like this, most of the learners say this is 2 into, then they will say 3x minus y, then they put the x on the other side. But when they multiply out the bracket, they forget that you need to first multiply out the bracket by 2. Then when you are done, multiply the bracket again by x. That's what you guys forget to do. So the best thing that you need to do when you do the substitution, instead of working with something like this, try to arrange this so that the x can be next to 2, so that you can just multiply the bracket by what? The bracket by that 2x. Instead of first multiplying by 2, then you forget to multiply again by x. So make sure that you write it in that form. I hope you guys are still with me. We'll definitely talk about another common mistake that you guys make that makes you to lose marks. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to rewrite the bracket now. Leave this one for now because I'm not multiplying out my brackets yet, because I need to expand the brackets first. 3x minus 1 into 3x minus 1. This is minus 7. So another common mistake is that you guys first start doing this, which is definitely going to make you lose marks. You start multiplying the bracket by that 3x, then now you don't do that. First expand the bracket, multiply out the bracket, then when you are done with the brackets, that's when you're going to multiply everything by 3. So look at what I'm going to do. I need to find I'm just going to work this thing this side. I need to find 3x minus 1 into 3x minus 1 first. So 3 times 3, that's 9. So this will give me 9x squared. And then I'll have 3x times minus 1, that's minus 3x minus 3x plus 1. The like terms, this is 9x squared. And then minus 9x plus 1. So look at what we have here, not minus x, but this should be minus 6. Okay, so this will be minus 6x plus 1. So when you look at this, you need to take all this information, multiply it by 3. So this will be 3 into 9x squared minus 6x plus 1, then you minus 7. Okay, so on the other side, we still have x squared. I need to multiply everything by that 2x, which will give me 6x squared. Then we still have 2x times minus 1. So this will be minus 2x, which is equated to that. So now, multiplying out the bracket by the 3, this gives us 27x squared. 3 times 6, that's minus 18x. 3 times 1, that's positive 3, minus 7, and this is still equal to x squared plus 6x squared minus 2x. Now, move everything to one side. Né? So this is also the mistake that you guys make. You see this 27x squared, it's positive. This x squared is positive also. So you need to choose which side are we moving, which side should we move things. Look at this, the 27 already is greater than x squared and it's already positive. I'm just going to leave it on this side and say this is my 27x squared because I need the value of a to be positive. So the x squared is the one that should come where? The x squared is the one that should come to the other side so that it can be minus, this will be minus what? This will be minus x squared with minus 6x squared. You see, I'm trying to also group all the numbers that have x squared. So this is the number has x squared, this number has x squared, but the 27 is greater than 6 and x, which has the coefficient of 1. So I'm just going to leave it to the other side and move these two guys to that side. Then the next one is the one that has the coefficient of x. That's what I need to focus on. So this will be minus 18x. I bring that minus 2x to the other side, it becomes positive 2x. Then I still have plus 3 minus 7. Everything is 0. So now this equation can be written as 27x squared minus x squared, that's 26, minus 6x squared, that's 20. So this will leave me with 20x squared. Then minus 18 plus 2x, that's minus what? That's minus 16, okay? And then I'm going to write this down, minus 16x. Then I have 3 minus 7. What is 3? It's minus 3. Okay, 3 minus 7 gives me minus 5. Not minus 5, minus 4. And this is equal to 0. So now, can we divide everything by that 4? Yes, we can divide everything by 4. This will give us 5x squared minus 16 divided by 4, that's 4x, minus 1, it's equal to 0. Then it's easy for you to factorize something like this. Remember, if you don't know how to factorize, use that method. Do not write this on the paper. We're going to say x, it's equal to minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac. Everything is divided by 2a. Therefore, x is minus b, which is 4, minus 4 minus, okay, plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4 into a, which is 5, times c, which is minus 1, and then close the bracket, divide everything by 2 into a, which is 5. Can someone please assist? I know that someone is already, someone is ready waiting with the answer. What is the answer, guys?
X equals to 1.
Okay, or
X equals to negative 1 over 5.
negative.
1 over 5.
Okay, so now you know what you're going to do to find your factors, né? Because there's a mark for those factors. You take this x, you bring it this side. Therefore, x minus 1, you left with 0. So x minus 1 is your factor. So when I open the bracket, I know that the x minus 1 will come this side. And then this side, look at this. Look at what I'm going to do. First thing first, I need to remove the fraction. This is over 1, right? So I cross multiply, I'll have 5x. It's equals to minus 1. Then I need to bring the minus 1 to the other side to be positive. This is 0. So this tells me that this side, I'll have the 5x plus 1. So if I solve for x, x will be that minus 1 over 5, or x will be that 1. I hope you guys now understand how this works. So now that you have the value of x, remember this is simultaneous. We need to go back and find y using equation 3. Okay, so from equation 3, we set y is equal to 3x minus 1. So if x is equal to minus 1 over 5, therefore y will be 3 into, where there's x, I substitute minus 1 over 5 to find the corresponding y value. Then you need to punch that. Tell me what is the answer. Please have your answer ready. And if x is equals to 1, therefore the value of y will be 3 into 1 minus 2. Therefore y is equal to 3 times 1, that's 2 minus 2, that's 1. So y is equals to, is 3 minus 1, not 2, which gives us an answer of 2. Y is 2, or what is this one? What do you get on your calculator? What do you guys get?
Negative over 5.
Negative?
8 over 5.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you, né? Much appreciated. Right, and that's it for simultaneous. Guys, do you have any question on this simultaneous equation? Because we're about to hit the last question. So I think everyone is happy now. So the last question, guys, when you look at it, it looks like it's difficult, né? And then, but now, you know, this type of questions, you see, they change every year. And you know what? I'm just going to advise you, leave this question for when you are done with all the questions, né? Because now that you'll be playing around this type of questions, make sure that you use the time to collect all the marks on those easy questions. So when I look at this, they say that if a root 2 is equal to 3, and the root b of 3, I'm not sure how I can call this, but it's fine. I'll definitely explain how this works now. First thing first, in order for you to master this, you need to understand the rule says that if I have the root n of a to the power m, I can write this as a, whatever that is inside, the exponent that is inside the square root, that's my numerator. This will be divided by what? By the exponent that is outside the root, which is n. So what I'm trying to say is that we can write this as 2 to the power. Remember, this 2 is to the power 1. So this will be 1 over that a. It's equal to 3. So this is where we're gonna start this thing. This is where we're gonna start this thing. So they want us to find A times B times C. So this is A, B, C. Okay, so I know that the first step I have 2 to the power 1 over A, and this is equals to 3. Okay, look at this. Okay, look at this. We know that this will be 3 to the power 1 over B, which is 5. Okay, so I'm just gonna rewrite this question down and say, from this question, I'll use this question because now I know what is 3 equals to. So what I'm trying to say, if I start solving this is how I'm going to write it down. I'm gonna say, I know that 3 to the power 1 over B, it's equals to 5. But we know what is 3. 3 is 2, 1 over A. So I just have to substitute that and say this is 2, 1 over A. Then this will be to the power 1 over B. And this is equals to 5. But now look at this one. This one will be 5 to the power 1 over C. So I'm just going to write it down and say this is 5 to the power 1 over C. They say it's equals to what? 8. But we know what is 5. Look at this 5. 5 is equal to that term. So where there's 5, I'm going to put 2 to the power 1 over A, everything to the power 1 over B, then everything to the power 1 over C. So where there's 5, I just substitute that term, and this is equal to 8. So now you can just multiply all those exponents. It's like saying 1 over A times 1 over B times 1 over C, which is just 1 over A, B, C, which is what we are looking for. So this is just 2 to the power 1 over A, B, C. It's equal to 8. We can change that into 2 to the power 3. The base are the same. I can equate the exponents. I can say 1 over A, B, C, it's equal to 3. So I know that the 3 is just over 1. Then I can cross multiply and say A, B, C times 3, it's equals to 1. But look at this. We are looking for what? We are looking for A, B, C. I'm just going to divide both sides by 3 to find A, B, C as 1 over 3. Guys, I'm not sure if this method is wrong. What do you guys think?
It's confusing.
It's confusing. Which part?
Yes. Basically, for me, it's confusing everywhere. But I understand the substitution. I just wanted to know if maybe there is like another method that we can use besides this one.
I don't think there's another method because this is just a straight thing. I'm not sure. So maybe what is confusing you? Maybe the part where we change where we remove the square root.
Yes.
Okay. Look at this, now. Look at this. That's why I start with explaining how to remove the square root. Let me start with that part, now. So look at this. I'm just gonna try and take this step by step so that everyone can be happy. Okay. Look at this. The first one, we are given A, the root 2, and they say this is equals to 3. Okay. So now, if I have n root A to the power m, when I remove the square root, this will be A, the exponent that is inside the square root, which is m. It becomes your denominator, and then the n, the m becomes numerator, the n denominator. So this tells you that the 2 is to the power 1, right? We can write this as 2, the 1 comes on top, and the a comes on bottom. That's how you remove the square root. Do you understand?
So basically, it's taking us to loss of exponents.
Yes, the loss of exponents. So this will be
Okay.
my equation 1. Okay, then
Okay.
on the next one, you are given that b, the root 3, this is equals to 5. So now when I use that loss of exponent, this is 3 to the power 1. So this tells you that the 3 is to the power 1 over b, which is equals to 5. Are you still with me on that?
Yes.
But now we know what is 3 is. We know that 3 is 2 to the power 1 over 2. So where there's 3, I can write 2 to the power 1 over 2, everything to the power 1 over b. And this is equal to 5. You understand?
Yes.
Nice. Then the next one, it's c root 5. We know that the root 5 is to the 5 is to the power 1, and this is equals to 8. So we can write this as 5. The 1 comes on top, the c on bottom. This is equal to 8. But we know what is 5 equals to. So where there's 5, I'm just going to substitute that 2 to the power 1 over 2, close the bracket, then to the power 1 over b, and then everything is to the power that 1 over c. This is equal to 8. Do you understand?
Yes.
So now I see that if I multiply the exponents, I'll get what I'm looking for, which is 1. If we multiply the exponent, we have 2, which is 1 over a times 1 over b times 1 over c. It's equal to, change the 8 so that the base can be the same. So this gives me 2 to the power 1 over a, b, c, because it's 1 times 1 times 1, that's 1. A times b times c, that's a, b, c. This is equal to 2 to the power 3. And the question said, find the product of a times b times c. So now I have 1 over a, b, c, which is the exponents. The exponents are equal because the base are equal. Okay, so from there, if you have something like 1 over a, b, c, which is equal to 3. The 3, I can say this is over 1 because I need to solve for ABC. So I'm going to cross multiply. So this will be ABC, which is multiplied by 3. It's equal to 1, which is multiplied by 1. Divide both sides by 3. This gives me the product ABC to be what? To be 1 over 3. That's the answer. Because the question said they want you to find what? The product of A, B, C. You understand now?
Yes.
You know one thing about this type of questions, né? These questions, guys, changes every time. Every year, 1.3, you'll get a different 1.3. Are you guys ready for question 2?
Yes.
Yuhen, you still with us?
Yes, sir.
Amy Shane, you in the lesson?
Yes,
Mpo, Katleo.
Yes.
Okay, so guys, look at this now. 2.1, you are given a quadratic pattern. So I'll just take my quadratic pattern and write it on the other side. Then we'll answer all this question. Let's try to be fast on this one, because I know that quadratic equation can totally now. So I don't think you guys have any issues with this type of questions, so especially the quadratic one. So you are given a quadratic pattern. They say that you have 19, 8, minus 1, minus 8, right? So when I have this, let me do this now. I'm not gonna answer the question yet. Let's first find the first difference. What is 8 minus 19? Minus 11, right? Then what is 1 minus 8? Minus 9. Then what is minus 8 minus into minus 1? It's like saying minus 8 minus into minus 1. So it's minus 8 plus 1, which is minus 7. Then I have minus 9 minus into minus 11, which is minus 9 plus 11, which gives us 2. So if this 2, this is also 2. because these are constant difference, second constant difference. So now, what we're going to do is that we're going to answer the following questions using this quadratic pattern. And already I know that in most cases, they'll need you to find the first maybe 3 terms of the pattern and so on. But in this one, they just only want the next term, which is term number 5. So to find term number 5, what I'm going to do to find term number 5, look at what I'm going to do here. I know that whatever number that I get here, when I find the difference of these two numbers, they should give me 2. So this tells me that to find that, it's like saying to find that number, since we find the difference by subtracting, we need to add. So this will be -7, we add 2. So if you say -7, you add 2, what you get? This is just equals to -5. So the -5 will be here. And I know that whatever number that I get there, when I find the difference between those two 5, I should get -5. So this tells you that you need to take -8, you add -5. So it's the same as saying -8 -5. This is just -8 -5, that's -13. So the next term is -13. So this tells you that to answer 2.1.1, T5 is just -13. Right, let me show you this algebraically. I'm saying that I have -7. Let's say this is x, which is unknown. I know that if I take x, then I subtract, right, -7. I need to get an answer of 2. So let's solve for x. So this is x plus 7, it's equal to 2. The 7 goes to the other side. So this is x is 2 minus 7. Therefore, x is -5. So now you understand where is that -5 coming from. Right. So let's say this is y. I know that when I subtract y with that -8, I should get an answer of -5. So this will be y plus 8. It's equal to -5. Therefore, y is equal to -5. The 8 goes to the other side to be negative. Therefore, y is -13. So now you understand where is that -13 coming from. Right. Next question. Determine the general term of the quadratic pattern. So to find the general term, you know what you're going to do. First thing first, 2.1.2. I'm gonna say, first thing first, find the value of a. 2a, you equate it to the second difference, which is 2. Divide both sides by that 2 will give us a to be 1. That's one. The first thing you do. Number 2, find the value of b. Use the following formula. 3a plus b, it's equals to the first term of the first difference. This is -11. But already you know what is a. Substitute that and solve for b. Right, so this will be 3 plus b, it's in -11. B will be -11 minus, what is this? -11 minus 3. So the value of b is -40. That's the value of b. To find the value of c, you add a with b with c. You equate that to the first term of the sequence, which is 19. So basically, this is 2a, and this is 3a plus b, and this is a plus b plus c. Right, so now we're gonna equate that to 19 and solve. So a, it's 1, b, it's -14, plus c, it's 19. So 1 minus 14, that's -13. The -13 goes to the other side to be positive. When you add the 2, it's like saying 19 plus 13. So the 1 goes there, that's 20. 20 plus 12, that's 32. And that's it. So remember The general term is in the form of Tn is equals to An squared plus Bn plus C. Therefore, where there's A, it's 1, so this is just n squared. And then where there's B, minus 14n plus 32. That's your Tn. You are done. You'll definitely get the marks. Né? So how many marks is this question? 4 marks. Né? So you'll get 1 mark for the value of A, 1 mark for the value of B, 1 mark for C, and 1 mark for the substitution. But now, this one, very important for the next questions. So if you get that wrong, you are in trouble. You're going to donate the marks. Are you all happy with that?
Yes, sir.
Guys, I'm
Yes,
trying
sir.
to move fast. 2.1.3. Determine the difference between the 25 term and the 26 term of the quadratic pattern. Before we do that, there's something that I want to explain to you, because now, even if I tell you that, even if I do it like this, you guys won't understand. I want to explain the easiest way to find that. To find that. I know that, guys, you see this T25. I know that term number 25, right? You see this term number 25 is the difference between 25 and 26, which lies on the first difference. So if we can find the formula of the first difference, look at this. The formula of the first difference. Look at it. The first difference is this one. Now I'll explain this. Just give me a second. So this is minus 11, minus 9, minus 7, minus 5. So on 2.1.3, this is minus 11, which is the first difference, minus 9, minus 7, and so on. So now the difference between this is 2. So what is the general term? What is Tn? So it's A plus into n minus 1 times D, which gives us the general term A, that's 11, n minus 1 times D. And when you solve this, you need to get minus 11 plus 2n minus 2. So Tn is just 2n. We said is 2n what? 2n minus 13. This is the general term. So when they want the second difference, the difference between T26 and T25, I can just say this is equal to T25. So T25 is equal to 2 into 25 minus 30. Then punch that on the calculator. Tell me what you get.
We get 307.
307. How is that? You got 307. 307.
Yes.
307. Okay, so T25, that's 307. That's T25, né?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, now when I look at this, the difference between, let me look at the original quadratic form. This is not making any sense, né? Can someone please tell me?
Sir, I got 37.
Sir, wait. I want to ask you something. I get they wanted the difference, and we already have the equation for the quadratic formula. So aren't we supposed to substitute the 25th? I mean, T25, I get equals to n, so our n is 25. Don't we substitute it into the quadratic thing that we got, and then as well as the Tn, which equals to 26, and we know that our n is 26. We substitute it into the quadratic equation we got, and then we'll get 307 and 344. So we know that T25 minus T26 will be 307 minus 344, and it will give us negative 37 as the difference. I'm not sure, but I'm just asking.
Okay, So what you are saying is that if I have n squared minus 14 n, then plus 32 net. Okay, I'm coming
Yes.
to, I'll definitely answer you on that one net. You are saying we should find T26, subtract T25. That's very correct. We'll definitely do that method. Now, please guys give me a chance to explain where is this one coming from there. So when I look at this, I'm going to explain. If you don't understand what we are doing this, just give me a second, then we'll go to that method. Né? So now, guys, you say this is 37, né?
Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Because 2 times 25, that's 50. When you say 307, I was surprised. Né? So now, this 37, guys, this 37, it's equals to T26 minus T25. So what I'm saying is that the difference between 26 and T25 is 37. Let me explain why. Look at this. Look at this. Guys, please pay attention. Eh? You hen, don't sleep. Look at this. This is my T1. This is T2. This is T3. This is T4. This is T5. So when I say T2 minus T1, what do I get? I get 11, which is T1 of your first difference. When I say T3 minus T2, I get what? 9, minus 9, which is your T2 of your first difference. Look at this. It's your what? T2. That was T1 of your first difference, T2 of your first difference. Look at this. T4 minus T3. This gives me what? T4 minus T3. This gives me T3 of your first difference. Look at this. T3. So therefore, we can conclude and say that if we say T26 minus T25, this gives us what? This will give us T25 of our first difference. So you just have to find T number 25 on your first difference. And to do that, we can use the general term to find T25. Do you guys understand why I use this method?
Yes, sir.
Are you all happy with that method?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Guys,
Yes.
we can see that T1 is what? T1 of the first difference. T2 is what? T2 of the first difference. T3, so this also tells you that that 25 there, it will be T25 of the first difference. So now the question set they want us to find from the quadratic equation, they want us to find the difference between those two. Now let's go to that method you wanted us to use. Né? I think that method will also be correct because it will give us the same answer. Let's find T26. This is equals to 26 squared minus 14 into 26 plus 32. The answer that you get, what is that? You said
I got 344.
344.
Yes.
Right. Then we need to find T what? 25, né?
Yes.
What do you get?
307.
Then they want the difference. Therefore, T26 minus T25, which is 344 minus 307. That will give you 25. Then 37.
37.
Which is the same. It's fine. It's up to you which method you prefer. Né?
Yes.
All right. So now the next one, calculate the value of the smallest term in the quadratic. Né? So on this one, I need your attention on this one. Emile, please pay attention. When they say the smallest value in the quadratic pattern, always when we find the smallest value, né? Always we use the formula n it's equals to minus b over 2a. So always it gives that. So I think always when we find the smallest value, we use that. So I can, you know what I can do now? I want to teach you guys something. I can change the question and say the minimum value. And when I see the word minimum, it tells me that I must take the original equation. Let me try and see if this will work. The original equation was n squared minus 14n then plus 32. So this is my what? This is my Tn. Okay, so now when they say the smallest, what comes in my mind is minimum. And when I see the word minimum from calculus, this tells you that find the derivative, derive whatever that you are working on. You see, many ways to kill a cat. So this will be Tn prime, okay, at, okay, T prime at n. The derivative of this is just 2n minus 14. But you equate the derivative to 0. So 2n minus 14, I equate this to 0. So 2n is equal to 14. Divide both sides by 2. Therefore, n is 7. So n, they said, calculate the value of the smallest term in the quadratic pattern. To find that smallest value, you need to take that and find your t number 7. So t number 7 is the smallest value. So therefore, we need to find T7, which is equals to, where there's n on that quadratic pattern, we put 7. So this will be 7 squared minus 14 into 7 plus 32. What do you get when you find that? What is term number 7?
Minus 17. Negative 17.
You got negative 17, né? And that's correct. So we can also use the other method, this one. So guys, this is, I use the calculus one. This is when I see the weight minimum, it means that I need to derive. But now, the value of the smallest in a quadratic pattern, it's always this formula. So this tells you that n will be, the value of b is minus 14. So this will be minus into minus 14, divide everything by 2 into a, which is 1. So therefore, n is 7. Then you go to your quadratic formula, you substitute 7, you'll find that T7 is minus 17. Is everybody happy about that? You guys understand? Are you all happy?
Yes.
100%. The next question, 2.2.1, write down the values of b, and they say that this is an arithmetic sequence. Write down the value of b. If this is T1, T2, T3, let's write that sequence down, then solve for value of b. So for 2.3 or 2.2, we are given the sequence 3, b, 13 and 18. So now, if you still remember, to find if this is a quadrat, it's arithmetic. Arithmetic has a constant difference, meaning that T2 minus T1, it will be equal to T3 minus T2. Therefore, what is your T2? B minus T1, which is 3. Equate this to T3, which is 13 minus T2, which is B. So group the like terms, this will be B plus B. Because the B comes this side, this will be 13 plus 3. This is 2B, it's equal to 16. Divide both sides by 2. Therefore, this gives me B to be 8. Then let's go, this was 2.2.1. Let's go and answer the next one. Determine the nth term of the sequence. The nth term, they are looking for Tn. Tn is equals to a plus into n minus 1 times d. Therefore, Tn is equal to a, which is the first term of the sequence. That's 3 plus n minus 1 and d. The constant difference, guys, I'm not sure what is the constant difference. I'll say this is 3b, it's 8, 13, 18. So the difference here is 5. So the difference is 5. Therefore, find Tn, multiply the brackets. This will be 3n minus 5 at the like terms. So the Tn is 3n, 3 minus 5, that equals to negative 2. So that is your general term. The next question says, calculate the sum of the first 30 terms in the sequence for 2 marks. So when they want the sum for 2.2.3, that's an easy one because you just go at the back of your question paper, you find the sum for what? I think it's n over 2 into 2a, n minus 1 times d, close the bracket. So this is the formula for sum of the arithmetic. So if this is arithmetic, that is the sum to use.
Sir,
I'm listening.
I think there's something wrong with your TN.
With my Tn, which one?
That one of the arithmetic. I think it's supposed to be 5n minus
Because
2.
I multiply out the bracket by 3 instead of 5.
Yeah.
This is 5 times n, right? So this should be 5n. So Tn is 5n. What's your name?
It's me, Amy Sir.
It's Emiche.
Yes.
Emiche, thank you very much. You know, this is one of the common mistakes that you guys can make in an exam, because now, let's say the next question, they want you to find T at 10. So if they want you to find T10, you'll be saying 3 into 10 minus 2, which is wrong. It should be 5 into 10 minus 2. This will be right. Thank you very much for that. Okay, then when we keep moving, it says that Sn, it's equals to, they said for the first 30 terms. So where there's n, I'm going to substitute 30. So this will be 30 over 2 into the first term of the sequence. This is 2 into a. The first term of the sequence, that's 3. So where there's a, I'm going to substitute 3. Plus n, which is 30 minus 1 times d, and we set it d is 5. I need you guys to punch that on the calculator. Tell me what you get. Wait, did we even, the question says, calculate the sum of the first 30 terms in the sequence, okay? What do you guys get when you put that on the calculator? Oh, guys, you no longer have a calculator now.
2,265.
Thank you very much. 2,265, that's the sum. Right, and then we move to the next question, guys. We are moving, and please make sure that you move with us. Move with the movers. 2.3. I know that when you look at 2.3, maybe someone might think, this one is going to give us tough times, but no. I'll just try. Let me just have my light on, then we'll try to work on this. Okay, so now in order for you guys to master the math question, you need to be able to say something about whatever that they're asking you about. So now, when I look at this sequence, what can you say about the sequence?
Say there is a constant difference.
It's what?
There is a constant difference, which is 2x.
You can't say constant difference, but a common term. The sequence has a common term of 2x. Thank you very much. instead of saying difference, let's fix that part. All the terms, 2x. You see, for the fact that you've realized the 2 to the x, what can you do about that information?
Isn't it a geometric sequence because we have exponents?
We can't conclude that. You understand? Unless if we have a common ratio, then that's when we can conclude. But now, let's not run away from the 2x. Someone is saying that it has a common 2x. All the terms have 2 to the x. So now, if all the terms have 2 to the x, what can you say? What can we do with that information? Come on, guys.
Can't we factor it out?
Exactly. 2 to the x, then will be left, the sequence now becomes 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus all the way to 15. You see? So now, this is how you can write your sequence. So we don't know what is the question yet. The question says, find the values. And look at this. They said that the sum of those 15 terms is k times 2 to the power x plus p. Find the values of p and k, where p is an element of integers and k, determine the values of k and p, for which k and p are element of integers and k is an odd number. You know what I'm going to do from this? And now I'm gonna find, you know what? I don't know how they're going to mark this, but I'm gonna try and make this very, very short. I know that this 2 to the x, I'm gonna multiply that with whatever I get when I add all these numbers. So I'm gonna say on my calculator, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9. Tell me, what do you get when you add all those numbers, all up to 15? All up to 15.
Thank
you very much. So this will be times 120. Right? So guys, on your calculator, can someone tell me what do you get when you say, when you write 120 as the prime of its factors, or like saying, you're gonna say 120 equals sign shift fact. What do you get?
2 to the power of 3 times 3 times 5.
120 is equal to 2 to the power of 3 times 3
times
5.
3 times 5.
Now look at this. Look at this. I need to make sure that whatever that I get, it's in that form. So this will be 2 to the power 3. I need it since I have this 2. I'm just gonna say this will be 2 to the x times, I need that 2 to the power 3. And then 3 times 5, I need to combine those to get 15. So now the base that is same, I can add the exponent. So this will be 2 to the power x plus 3. So this tells you that k, this is in the form of k times 2 to the x plus p. So what is k? K is equal to 15. And what is p? P equals to 3. I'm not sure if I write it like this, I'll get all the marks. I'm not sure, but I think this is how you should do the question. But now, let's do this. Let's use, I'm not sure if I say common sense. Are we offending our mind or what? But if we use common sense, will this, if I write my solution like this, will this be right? Will I get all the marks?
Sir, can you please explain how you got k equals to 15, p equals to 3? Like as in like the standard. I don't know if you divided or you've multiplied to get.
How I got what?
How you got k equals to 15 and p equals to 3. Like as in like.
Oh, look at this. look at this. We have a K where they say K is an odd number. Is 15 not an odd number? That's an odd number. Multiplied by 2 to the power x plus p. So you can see that this equation is the same as that equation. They are in the same form. This tells you that k is just 15 and p is just 3.
Got it. Thank you.
But my question is that, will I be correct to substitute my method like this? To give the marker like this, will I be correct? Guys, I'm asking, Emishe, Yuhen, what do you think? Will I be correct to substitute, to submit my answer like this? Will I get all the marks?
No, sir.
Because this is a shortcut.
Yes, so it's not explaining how you actually got to the answer.
Right. So now, if you look at the question, if you look at the question, I'm gonna check and say, what is this? I'm adding numbers, and we are talking about a sequence. When you add numbers, what comes into your mind? Sum. Okay, but we know that we have this for 15 terms, which is n, the number of terms, 15. Okay, and this is the sum. Do we know the last term? Yes. Remember, this is the last term. It will be, the last term is going to be 15 times 2x. So the last term is 2x times 15. That's the last term. I'll go to my formula sheet. Let me quickly move to my formula sheet and say what I have. I'm not sure if there's a formula sheet here. There it is. So now I'm going to choose either this formula or the one that has the last term. Because look at this. I'm not sure if this is arithmetic or if this is geometric, but we'll definitely confirm that. Okay, but now I don't think we have all the sum of where you have the last term. Guys, I think this one will make everything to be more complicated. But now, if I say sum of terms, it's n over 2 into a plus the last term. Do you guys know this formula?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I think this is the formula that I'm going to give them, because this one is going to make my life more complicated. The reason I think this can be geometric, because we don't have a common ratio. By looking at the sequence, let's go back to that. By looking at the sequence, this is not geometric, it's arithmetic. Let's test what type of sequence are we working with here. So this is my T1, this is my T2, this is my T3. So I can see that when I say T2 over T1, this gives me 2 to the power x plus 1 over 2 to the x. The base are the same, we subtract the exponent. So this is 2 to the power x plus 1. We subtract x. The x cancel, which is just 2 to the power 1. So that's r. So this should be equals to what? This should be equal to T3 over T2. This will be T3 over T2, which is T3 is 3 times 2 to the x over 2. You see, already by looking at this, you can see that there's no way we get 2. So this is 3 times 2, which is not the same. I hope you guys understand. Not exactly that. Yes, because it's 2 minus 1, which is just 3 over 2. I think so. X minus into, so this is 3 over 2, which is not equals to that. So this is not geometric. So the last option, this is arithmetic, will definitely prove that. Let's go and work on this on the other side. No, even if we just do it here. So now let's find D. We know that D is equals to T2, which is 2 to the x plus 1, we minus T1, which is 2 to the x. That's what you get. Therefore, d is equals to, if we factorize this, this is 2 to the x into 2 minus 1, which is just 2 to the x. Do you guys understand my algebra here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or you want me to explain what happened?
No, sir, we are fine.
You see this term here is 2 to the x times 2 to the 1 minus 2 to the x. We take 2 to the x out as a common factor. I'm left with 2 minus 1, which is just 2 to the x, because 2 minus 1 is 1. So this is my d. So I need to get the same answer. I need to get the same answer when I need to get the same answer when I say d is t3 minus t2. So this will be t3, it's 3.2 to the x. I need to minus 2 to the power x plus 1, which is t2. So this is 2 to the x out as a common factor. I'm left with 3 minus 2, which is just 2 to the x. So now we confirm and say, therefore, this is arithmetic. Since this is arithmetic, the sum of terms, we use n over 2 into a plus the last term. Okay, so I think I can just work this thing this side. So we are saying that Sn is equals to n over 2 into a plus the last term, and now the sum of 15 terms. So this is the sum of 15 terms. This is 15 over 2 into a, which is 2 to the x. That's the first term, plus the last term, which is 2 to the x times 15. So I think you guys still remember where is that coming from. 2 to the x was the first term of the sequence. That's 2 to the x. And then we have 15 terms, and we said that the last term will be what? Will be 2 to the x times 15. Then we just have to solve and put this in the form of k times 2 to the x plus p. When we solve this, we need to put it in the form of k times 2 to the x plus p. Let's try and solve this thing. So now, what I need you to do, let's work this thing out. I still have 15 over 2. And then this side, I'm going to take 2 to the x out as a common factor. I'm left with 1 plus 15. Then this will be 15 over 2 into 2 to the x times 16. And then I know that if I multiply out the bracket, the 2 cancels with the 16. This is 8, because it's like saying 2, it's like 8 divided by 2. So this will be 15 times 2 to the x times 8. Let me group this, because I know that the 15, I need to leave it like that. Don't multiply the 2, because they said k is an odd number. They said this k is an odd number. So already we have that odd number. We just have to write the 2 and 8 as base 2. But we know that this will be 15 times 2 to the x. 8 is 2 to the power 3. The base are the same. You add the exponent, which gives you 15 times 2 to the power x plus 3. You see, k is 15 and p is 3. The same answer that we got when we were doing the speculation, whatever that we were doing there. So k is 15. We said k is 15, p is 3. So now I use this to know what I need to do, to know my answer, but I know that they won't accept this. I need to give them what we are working with. This is a sequence. What comes in your mind when we work with sequence? Sums. Because this plus sign that we are adding these terms, we are adding 15 terms, and we know what is the last term. What is the formula for sum if you know the last term? It's n over 2 into a plus n. You guys you guys understand what is going on here?
Sam, can you please go back to the semi last I wanted you to please explain again how we do the multiplication and stuff until we get the answer. I'm a bit
How
lost.
we do what?
How we got k equals to 15, p equals to 3 via like the substitution, cancellation, or whatever.
Okay, how
So
we
that's
got
the-
k is 15, p is 3.
Yeah, while doing the second.
Okay, look
I
at
mean,
this. They say the sum of those is k times 2 to the x plus p. We need to take this sum, write it in that form. And we definitely did that. We find that our answer is 15 times 2 to the x plus 3. So look at this. Where there's 15, there's k. Where there's p, there's 3. So k is 15, p is 3. Are you happy with that?
no, say not that one.
Which one?
Ne? Like I can wonder what like when you are given like an equation or when you're substituting like numbers into an equation like the Sn equals to n over
Okay.
2a plus n. So nna ke nyako tseba gore like ke nyako gore like le nthusheng mo e leng gore like ra substitute ra because ke bona di cancellation which is 15 over 2 into 2x. It's like from there to the final answer, how did you do that?
Oh, okay. The substitution, the simplification, and all that.
Yeah, basically simplification, yes.
Oh, okay. Let's start with this one. You understand why we're saying n is 15? Why we substituted n as 15?
Yes.
Okay. What about this one? You understand why we say a is 2 to the x?
Yes.
You understand why the last term is 2 to the x times 15?
No.
Okay.
More 15. I thought we were more last term. I thought we were gonna put 15 only. So I was confused or why did we add 2x as well? Because yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the sequence. Look at this now. When I have something like this, I think let me just write this like this. Let's go back to this. Look at this. Come on. We set 2 to the x is a common number. We have 2 to the x out as a common factor. So this tells you that all these terms, they will have 2 to the x. That's why we have the 2 to the x out as a common factor. So now, this 2 to the x, I can multiply that 2 to the x by 15 to know the last term. So the last term is 2 to the x times 15. Do you understand now?
Yes.
The last term is not 15 because remember, we had 2 to the x out as a common factor. So the last term is 2 to the x times 15.
Okay, I understand.
So now, do you want me to continue explaining the next step?
No, it's fine. The simplification, I don't want to like waste your time. It's fine.
But okay, the simplification is easy. We just had 2 to the x out as a common factor. Where there's 2 to the x, you substitute 1. So this is like 1 times 15. Then now you're gonna add 1 and 15 to get that 16. Then now it's like 2 to the x times the answer that you get inside the bracket, which is 16. So this will be 2 to the x times 16. But now when I multiply out the bracket, I know that this will be 15 into 2 to the x times 16. So I know that if I multiply the bracket by that, the 2 will divide 16 because that's an even number, which gives us 8. So this is like saying 15 times 2 to the x times 8. You want to almost?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next question. Question 3. We are given the geometric series, and this is what we have on the geometric series. Let's see what we need to do on the first question. Write down the general term of this series. Remember, the general term of the geometric series in the form of a rn minus 1. So we need to find the value of a. So this is my a. I need to find r. R is T2 over T1. T2 is 2 over T1 is minus 4. Therefore, what is R? R is just minus 1 over 2. So to find Tn, Tn is equal to, where there's a, I put -4, where there's r, I put -1 over 2 to the power n minus 1. Then you are done. Next one, write the series in sigma notation. Remember, if we write the series in sigma notation, it will be in this form. I'm going to first write the general term to the power n minus 1. And then now on bottom, it's going to be n is equal to where the sequence starts. So, you know, you can test this to see if it starts at T1. So if it starts as T1 on the general term, where there's n, you substitute 1. So this will be 1 minus 1. The answer that you get, it should be -4. If the answer is -4, then it definitely starts at 1. So this will be any number to the power 0. We know that 1 minus 1 is 0. Any number to the power 0 is 1. For T1 is just -4. So it starts at 1. On top, to find n, you're gonna work out some of the magic. Né? To find the last term, this is what you're going to do. To find the last term, you're gonna say Tn is equals to -4. Okay, -4 into -1 over 2 to the power n minus 1. So Tn, we know what is the last term. We can equate that to the last term and solve for n, because on top here, we need to put the number of terms. So this will be 1 over 32 into -4 into -1 over 2, n minus 1. So let's go and work on that and find n. Then the n that we get is the one that we're gonna put it on top. Guys, if I'm moving fast, tell me now. So what was this question? Okay, we said this will be 1 over 32. It's equal to -4 into -1 over 2 to the power n minus 1. And let's do the magic and solve for that. The value of n. Okay, first thing first, I'm gonna get rid of that -4, divide that by -4. Is the same as saying I have 1 over 32, multiply that by -4 over 1. Not -4 over 1. I don't think it will be -4 over 1, but this will be 1 over -4. 1 over -4. Can someone tell me what is that on your calculator? What do you get? What is 1 over 32 divided by -4? What do you get?
-1 over 128.
-1 over 128. Is that what you got?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, so this will be -1 over 128. It's equals to -1 over 2. Now, everything to the power n minus 1. Can someone tell me what is 128 equals to as the base of maybe as base 2?
2 to the power 7.
2 to the power 7. I think everyone understands where is that coming from, because we say 128 shift fact. So this will be -1 over 2 to the power 7 is equals to -1 over 2 to the power n minus 1. So this tells me that I can definitely write this as -1 over 2, because I can put the 7 also this part, because this changes nothing. You see, I can say this is to the power 7, then I will take the 7 out as a common factor so that I can leave that -1 over 2 inside the bracket. So I take the 7 out as a common factor. Why? Because I'm trying to have the same base. Are you all happy with that?
Yes, sir.
So the base now are the same. I can equate the exponent, say n minus 1 is equal to 7. The n comes this side, therefore n is 8. So on top, on that sigma notation, we're going to put 8. So this will be 8. That's To collect that 2 marks, you should write it like that in sigma notation. Ne? Guys, you
Yes,
still with
sir.
me?
Yes, sir.
Find the sum to infinity. So you go to your formula sheet, you get that infinity formula. Let's see. Sum to infinity, where's the formula for sum? So the sum to infinity, that's the formula a over 1 minus r. So I'll definitely go back and substitute everything from that formula. So to answer this 3.1.3, the sum to infinity is a over 1 minus r. Can someone do the substitution? So sum to infinity is a, which is the first term. We said it's minus 4 over 1 minus into r, which is minus 1 over 2. Can someone put that on the calculator? Tell us what you get.
Minus 8 over 3.
Okay, thank you very much. You got minus 8 over 3. Right. Right. Now, when I look at this, I'm just going to jump into the next one. The next one is asking for determine, okay, they say that you are given Sn is equal to 32 minus 32 into 1 over 2. Right? So let's go and rewrite this equation down. Sn is equals to 32 minus 32 into 1 over 2 to the power n. And they ask you to find the sum of 5 terms. So this was 3.2.1. So meaning that on the equation where there's n, we put 5. That was an easy one. You punch that on the calculator. Oh, guys, please help us with that calculators. We just gotta take. We don't take breaks. We push. We don't take break. We push. Because when I look at the time, there's only 1 hour left. Guys, punch your calculators. Tell me the answer. Thank you. Okay, so now the next question says, oh, I never thought that I'll be teaching like for 3 hours, but this is me. Let's keep going. How many terms must be added for the sum to be equals to 225 over 8? How many sequence must be added? You see now, this question, it's really confusing because when they say the sum, how do we know what type of sequence is this? How do we know what type of sequence is this? Is this arithmetic or is this geometric? How are we going to conclude that? How many terms must be added for the sum to be equal to that? Guys, please tell me, what type of sequence are we working on?
I think it's geometric, say.
It's geometric. Why do you think it's geometric?
Exponent, that's why.
Okay, nice. Thank you, I really don't believe that I'm the one asking that. But remember, guys, we don't know everything. Again, it's not like when we teach, we know how to answer all these questions. You see now, because now I'm like, they never mention anything. But now that you mentioned the exponential, I'll just say this is geometric. Since it's geometric, the formula for sum, I'll write the formula down for sum. Let's quickly write that down. The formula for sum, maybe we should start this here. The formula Sn, it's equals to A into 1 minus R to the N, everything divided by 1 minus R. But now they said the sum is 255 over 8, which is equal to, I need us to do the substitution, but I'm also confused when it comes to finding the value of A, when it comes to finding R. But let's go back, maybe we'll find something to work on there. So I'm just going to look at this equation here. Let me look at this. When I look at this is in the form of this part here. It's in the form of, how can I say this? It's in the form of, come on guys, please. It's in the form of A, R, N minus 1. So I think we need to change this and put it in that form. Then we'll definitely know what type of sequence is this. What type of sequence is this? So now I need to know what is A. Someone is going to say A is 32. Yo, damn it. Please don't do that. Guys, can someone tell me why is it wrong to say the value of A is 32? Anyone? You hand, are
Because
you still
it's
in the
not.
lesson?
Yes, sir.
Emitle, someone was saying something.
I was saying it's because of 32. It's the formula. Say it's not the first term.
It's because of what?
It's because of 32. It's the formula.
32 is the formula.
Yeah, it falls under the formula of Sn. It's not the first term.
It's not the first term. Guys, another thing that you need to note is that, okay, fine. Let me put this in simple terms. Guys, the reason this guy here, this A, this is not the same as A R to the N minus 1, because the reason I can say A is 32, we are missing minus 1 there. Let's go back and put our minus 1, then we'll definitely know what is 32. We are missing minus 1 there on top. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is that I'll take this sequence here. I'll take the 32. Okay, I'll take the 32 and say into 1 over 2 to the power n. I need to see if I can write this in the form of A R to the power n minus 1. Let's try and see if we can write that in that form. Then we'll definitely know what is the value of A. So now, can someone tell me what is 2 to, what is, 32, that is 2 to the power 5,
Yes.
I'm not sure what I'm doing here will work. So this will be 2 to the power 5 times 2 to the power minus 1, and this is to the power n, and this will be, hey guys, will this work? Let's see. 2 to the power 5, that will be 5 times 2 to the power minus n. And then, okay, this is not working. I need to create minus 1. How can I create minus 1? When I add the like terms, this will be 2 to the power minus n plus 5. You see, this is not giving minus 1. What about this? What about this 32? You know, one thing is that the one thing that I'm doing wrong is that this is the sum. This is the sum. There's something that we are missing. We can't use the sum. This makes everything to be total wrong, guys. Just give me time to think about this. Nah? Is that what you guys want us to try? Let
Yeah,
me
let's
give you
try.
guys the benefit of the doubt. Nah? We are given that Sn is 32 minus 32 into 1 over 2 to the power n. You guys say we should substitute this as what? As 5 over 8, nah? And then 32 minus 32 into 1 over 2. Then we solve for n. Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
Okay. To solve for n, the first thing we need to take this 32 this side to be negative. So this will be 255 over 8 minus 32 net, which is minus 32 into 1 over 2 to the power n. And then now what do you get when you punch this on the calculator?
Minus 1 over 8.
Minus 1 over
8.
8.
Yes.
Then when you divide this side by negative 32, divide by negative 32, what do you get? What is 1 over 2 to the power n equals to? What is this on your calculator?
1 over 256.
1 over 256. And then 1 over 256, what is that on your, what do you get on your calculator? What is that to base 2?
1 over 2 exponent 8.
Okay, then this will be 2 to the power minus n, it's equal to 2 to the power minus 8, ne? Then minus n is equal to minus 8. And guys, tell me, what was the issue on this one? Why is Takili? Eh?
I
Why
guess
was
that
I
you said
struggling
when
to
I
solve
wanted
this?
to check if you can get that equation into n minus 1.
Yo, hi man, that was a, thank you very much. Kimar filling this method. What's your name?
Dim, it's Paul.
Paul again. Thank you very much. Ne? Guys,
Yeah.
this was just straightforward. Come on. I was supposed to look at the mark allocation, then just go straight to the answer. Guys, please don't send comments or raise hands. Just say something. I can't see you on that other side. Ne? You want to say something or you send something on comments, please just tell me now. Ne? Guys, look at this. If 2 to the n is equal to p, determine the value of this in terms of p. This is also another 3 marks, meaning that where there's, let's first find s of 5 minus n, meaning that on the equation, where there's n, we put 5 minus n. So this will be 32 minus 32 into 1 over 2 to the power 5 minus n. Then we need to take everything, we subtract this side where there's n, we put 5 plus n. So this will be 32 minus 32 into 1 over 2 to the power 5 plus n. What do we get when we substitute those two? Okay, I'm just going to rewrite the equation this side, then we'll take it step by step and solve that question. So they want us to find this in terms of p. We know that it is given that 2 to the power n, was it 2 to the power n? 2 to the power n is p. So 2 to the power n, that's equal to p. Okay, so let me quickly work on this. This will be 32 minus 32 into 1 over 2 to the power 5 minus n minus, guys, those other people who teach on YouTube, then they just make the question paper, the whole of the question paper with 2 hours. Guys, what are they saying? Like, come on, Bella, it's 2 hours and already we are on questions. What are they teaching? Because when you look at that, the whole question paper, that's 2 hours or 2 hours 30 minutes. But as we are on question 3, and we still have a lot of, or maybe it's because this is a life lesson. You guys are also saying something. I'm also giving you time to say something, maybe. But let's try and see when the 3 hour complete where we'll stop with this question paper. So now to solve this, I'm just gonna write this as everything to the power. Okay, so this is 32 minus this 32. I need to combine these two so that everything is to base 2. So this will be 2 to the minus 1. I change that, and this I write it as 2 to the power 5. But we know that this one is to the power 5 minus n. Everything we subtract. Okay, guys, are you still with me?
Yes, sir.
Why are you quiet? Come on with it. Naila, I think maybe I'm alone in this lesson. Because I think I did ask you, how does this other YouTube tutors, how do they manage to, maybe I thought you guys will give me a solution and say, sir, when you speak too much, maybe if you can focus on the lesson and we can push. Okay, so this will be 32 minus the base are the same, but let's multiply out the exponents first. This will be 2 to the power 5 times 2 to the power minus 5 plus n. Then we still have to minus this by 32 minus 2 to the power 5 times 2 to the power minus 5 minus n. Then the base are the same. Let's add the exponent. 32 minus 2 to the power 5 plus 5, that's 0. 5 plus minus 5 is 0. Then we left with n. Then we need to minus inside the bracket. 32 minus, this is also 2 to the power minus n, because the 2, they just give us 0. Multiply out the bracket by that negative. So this is minus 32 plus 2 to the minus n. So the 32 cancels, we left with negative 2 to the n plus 2 to the minus n. So look at this. They said 2 to the n is p, and we need to write this in terms of p. So where there's n, we need to put p plus 2 to the power. This is 1 over 2 to the n. So we also have to substitute that p. This is minus p plus 1 over p. Then that's the answer. Okay, so let's quickly jump into question 4 now. Let's go to question 4. Question 4, they say write down the equation of the asymptote of h. Guys, please give me a second. I need to